Hey folks, I have in the space of 2 days been to Milton Keynes, Sheffield and Leeds Lego stores, and I also stopped at St Albans before that to visit an independent Lego shop. I was very lucky to find a lot of what I needed for various projects. I ended up with 8 of the large boxes across the various stores, so I will be building a lot of stuff over the next few weeks. But here is the city as it stands now, and I really think I'm starting to piece together exactly what I wanted to do. There's loads of gaps and lots of work to do, but I've been placing my existing buildings, repairing and rebuilding many of them as they had broken in storage. And that L-shaped corner, I think it looks brilliant, and I've spent a lot of time repositioning buildings, moving them all over, a bit like the composition of a painting. And I thought very carefully about what I wanted next to each other. And in this area in particular, I wanted the very tall and narrow old Dutch looking buildings together. The canal will flow all the way along here. I've just placed the old bits along here just now. I'm going to completely redo the canal sections with new brickwork and a different design for the water. So again, loads of work to do. It's going to be a huge task. I have my large dark red canal house at the end there. It's going to need a new base and a wee path as well. I'll be reusing a lot of this stuff. I'll be reusing the staircase. So much work to do. I love the way this looks now though. All my custom buildings are on full show right at the front. So when this goes on display, you'll really be able to see all the wee details. I like the way the rooftops look. Behind the street I still have a few options to kind of decide. This will be the train station, but I might have a wee road behind here or a water feature. The white IKEA boxes are here of course, supporting the skyscraper area. That's going to stay like this. But what's on top, all subject to change. The white KLM and the black one though, those skyscrapers I think will stay where they are. And yeah, there's loads of space for future buildings. I can get right in here to film, which is nice, and this view I think is pretty cool. 2 layers of streets with the cluster at the back there, not too dominating like it was before. I think it's nice having it right against the wall. I'm not quite sure about how these 3 look. The Sanctum, which is now the bookstore, the pizzeria on the left and house in the middle. I just don't know if it looks right yet. It's gonna have to take some time to consider it. I don't mind slightly obscuring the skyscrapers, but it is a shame if it's too much. Anyway, moving on. The shell garage is at the end now and it's going to stay down there. I think it works really well, kind of having it down that end. I'm really enjoying the look of this. A very long street now, right through here. It'll be great to get this done properly and fix all the plates and add signs and all that. And I'm keeping the cobble streets on the other sections as well, but I might redo the cobbles and make them a little bit more intricate and slightly different colours. Down here I will make a crossing to connect the bridge over to the train station. It'll cross over the road as well. The station looks great here, but I need a bit of a redesign with doors at the back, and of course I'm going to do an interior for it. Over the river, the square will stay the same, as will the houses at the back. The police station I think is perfect in the back there. And this road comes all the way down along the dock side. I have loads more water to do, which is a big challenge in itself, but I need to get it done. It's a mammoth task really. I'm not looking forward to it, but it'll hopefully look absolutely gorgeous when it's done, and I think it really does look nice in the water when it's all tiled like that. So you'll have to ignore all the jetties and the random coloured bricks. It's just the remnants of what I built before, and as I say, it's all going to get redone and it won't look like this at all really. When I build this, I'm going to have it in mind that the kids can actually play with the waterways, pushing boats along here and driving cars down the road, so I look forward to kind of making it playable in a sense. I think this works really well here, this building, the diamond shop, as it has this wee archway and waterway. I'm going to recolour the tiles though and make it fit a bit better, but I think it's nice here, it really fits in this area. I have a nice idea here too. I think a wider dockside would be better, so I'll push this road back by I think it's 6 or 8 studs, as there's space on this side to move the buildings right over to the edge, and I'll keep the road in front, but then having this little bit of space for the dock. I think it makes sense and I can create some nice realistic looking scenes. I still have in mind to make space for a large ship to be able to dock here, and there's some loading space, so I could I could put metal-beard sea cow down here, but I might make a few jetties like this and have water taxis and canal boats, which are a bit like buses on water, and they could dock here instead. So I have to see. From the other side of the table, I'll show you some more stuff. You can get a closer view here. The square at the front of the police station, I think it works really well. It's nice having a bit of space here. None of this is quite in place, it's just positioned here for me to kind of see it, so I still need to kind of tidy things up and obviously fix the roads, have to be stuck to base plates. I need to cut base plates as well. Yeah, lots of stuff to do for the whole area. On this bit here, there are only 4 buildings and the shell garage, but I believe this is the best look. Each building has more space around it, they're not cluttered. I think the hotel looks great. There's a nice gap where the entrance is too, and when this is all finished, I think it'll be one of the best bits of the city. And like I said, having all these wee scenes with boats and passengers going about their business, I think it's going to be a cool feature. Another rather daunting task is going to be building a new train station. I'm definitely not having a running train around the track anymore, but it's going to be this terminus, so with 2 railway lines ending here. I've just plopped those stairs at the back there as a reference point. It won't actually look like that. I do have in mind to maybe do a large curved structure like a traditional Victorian station over there. I'm very tempted to do it, but it's going to be really hard, so I'm going to have platforms either side with long canopies like I did before, covering these bits, but it's got to be easy to move and transport to show, so I have a lot to consider. The back section will need paths and walls along the edge like I did before, and maybe another stairwell down here. Obviously where this lid is will actually be another IKEA box, so much more space. So I could even have more buildings down here. And I want to build a grand church for around here somewhere. A lot of space here. This black building, like I said, has to kind of stay where it is, so I have to think carefully about what goes here. I need to redesign this as all the step sections are facing the wrong way now, and I don't really like it, so I'm going to rejig this black building. Yeah, there's a big bit of space here for the church perhaps. I won't get around to doing this bit for some time. My priority is going to be the canals and then the train station first. But you know, I am thinking about what I'm going to do here. I just remembered I still have to find a place for the windmill, and I think this will fit perfectly here. Do you think I should add another skyscraper here, or move this back and make space just for the large church instead? I'm not sure. Lots of decisions to make. What's nice though is I placed a skyscraper here to cover the join in the clouds, and so far I think it does the job quite well, and you can't really see it now. It was really annoying before, and I saw it as soon as I came in the room, so quite happy to have something covering it. Like I said, I'm not going to worry too much about this area yet. These 2 tallest buildings kind of have to stay where they are anyway, as that black one is so tall it needs the gap in the shelves to fit. I will put a few more billboards on these buildings down here, kind of facing out. So I'm going to be working on this area next. It can be very tedious, especially having to take all the trans clear tiles off. But I really wanted to do a new and better version, so it's got to be done, and I think it's going to look really nice. I'm still thinking of adding the fishing shack on the end here, but I might do it in future. I just put this as water. What do you think? Should I put that there? And what do you think about the new layout? I was recently really unwell. I lost about 4 or 5 days last week. Couldn't do any building, so I've fallen behind a bit, but back to normal now. I also lost more time as I had to drive to London and back, but I squeezed in some extremely quick visits to various Lego stores on the way back, so it was kind of worth it, but I spent a lot of money on parts and diesel on the drive, so I've definitely overspent. So now I've got to do something with it and get building, and I hope you can join me next time for that. Thanks for watching.